Next, we're going to go over Module 2, which is going to be your second 5 weeks. So you've already completed Module 0 with all the required paperwork before you begin and all the documentation. Module 1 is over the first 5 weeks, so now we're into the second 5 weeks. By now, you should be a little more comfortable with the classroom environment and the routines. You're going to start off by doing a discussion board. The discussion board pertains to just how things are going and what's your comfort level. Do you feel like you're building relationships with the teacher and the children? Are you having any issues with time management or behavior issues in the classroom? So just to kind of update everyone that is also student teaching on what your progress is. And then you're going to actually kind of just get more into the lesson planning during these next 5 weeks. So in Module 2, you'll get an explanation of your lesson plans. So each week you're going to be doing one lesson plan each week for 5 weeks during these middle 5 weeks. So each lesson plan will pertain to a particular domain. So the first one is social emotional development. The second one is approaches toward learning. The third one is physical well-being and motor development. Number 4, cognitive development and general knowledge, including mathematics, science, and social studies. And then your last lesson plan will be language and literacy development. So the topic of your lessons is really dependent on you and your cooperating teacher working together to come up with the topic, the theme you want to use. As long as you're addressing each domain, the topic is open to your discretion with your cooperating teacher's agreement. So each lesson plan, I'm going to click on this to give you a preview. Oh, first of all, I want to show you each lesson plan is connected to the Ohio Early Learning and Development Standards. So if you have questions about what social emotional, what the domain looks like, they're broken down birth to 8 months, young toddlers, older toddlers, pre-kindergarten. So obviously you'll be in this column over here under pre-K. And there are actual ideas and examples of what each area, which each standard and strand looks like under each one of the topics with the standards. You should be very comfortable and knowledgeable with these standards with your other classes, but this gives you a direct link into each standard based on each one of these lesson plan. So if we go down here farther, we'll go here. And then we'll make this bigger. So this will be your example of your lesson plan template. So this, you'll be required to do all of your lesson plans on this template. However, I want to caution you, if your center has a different template for their lesson plans, you must do that one. So this is the lesson plan you're turning into your supervisor to be graded and to be looked at and to work with you and your supervisor. So these are what's being turned to Canvas. However, I want to make sure that you understand that you will be doing the format of the center you're at. Some of these lesson plans may be very simple, and some may not use much of a structured lesson plan format at all. So it's very much dependent on your particular center. So we'll go down here to see the template, and then we're going to just look at each domain for each lesson plan. So again, this is for social emotional. So if we go back to Module 2, we're going to see. So that will be the same for each area, each domain. So you'll do one in each one of these areas. So again, just to remind everyone, you will have the topic or the theme based on what you and your cooperating teacher come up with, but they must address these domains. And a lesson plan can be something for the whole class. It can be more of a mini unit. You can do even a center that's based on a social emotional development. So that's up to the discretion of you and your cooperating teacher. So again, if you have any questions, please let myself know or work with your supervisor to get the answers you need to know to do your second 5 weeks.